Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another highly requested foundation review for oily skin. Today, we're finally going to be testing the Hourglass Immaculate. This is their liquid to powder foundation. It is supposed to be a mattifying, long-wear, oil-free foundation, and I have had thousands of requests from you guys to review this one on my oily skin and enlarged pores. So yeah, that's what we're going to do today. So as per all of my foundation reviews, you're going to see me apply this product, we're going to see the coverage, and then we're going to wear it all day. I'm going to try and wear this one for more than 12 hours so that I can definitely show you guys how well it wears on my skin. And another new thing that I'm going to be doing with all of my reviews moving forward is actually testing the products over a few days with different primers and different powders. So yeah, you're going to be seeing that as well. So yeah, if you have always wanted to know whether the Hourglass Immaculate is actually as bomb as the website says it is, and let me tell you, according to the website, this is like the holy grail godsend makeup, then please keep on watching. Now, first up, I will say this stuff is expensive. There's no getting around that. For a 30ml tube in the US, you will pay $56, and here in Australia, you will pay $81. It does come in 22 shades, and it is supposed to be a medium to full coverage foundation. So hopefully on every application, you're not going to need to use too much so that you don't burn it through it. But yeah, we'll definitely find out. Now this is the part that I'm excited about. Listen to this. An absolute savior for oily, blemish-prone skin, which is me. Full coverage, flawless, and a velvety matte finish. Oil-free, long-wearing, liquid to powder. Instantly perfects skin and eliminates the need for the midday touch-up. Girl, that is like all of my birthdays, all of my Christmases, all come at once. Seriously? It sounds like heaven, so fingers crossed it actually is. It says apply with a brush or fingertips and that it will dry quickly. And prep with Hourglass primer. Okay, so I have already primed my skin using the Hourglass Mineral Veil. You guys already know that the Hourglass Mineral Veil is my holy grail primer for oily skin. I absolutely love that stuff. So yeah, I have prepped my skin with that. Now I've got two shades here, golden and nude. I mean, I swatched them on the back of my hand before, but I feel like I'm in between both of them, so I might have to mix these. I need one with a really yellow undertone, so I might have to order another color. I'm going to use the Sigma Flat Top Kabuki. This is the F80. This is probably the Kabuki brush that I've used for the longest time here on my channel. All right, I'm going to put this on the back of my hand. So as you can see, it is quite runny. Like, look at it dripping it down. And I might just dot it all over my... Wow, it's so soft. Whoa, that is weird. It smells like essential oils or something. It smells delicious. And then I'm going to start buffing that into the skin. Oh, the more you blend it, the more you can smell it. It's delicious. It smells really clean and really healthy. All right, so that is that whole amount of product gone. At this point, I would call that a light coverage, not a medium, and definitely not a full coverage. The foundation brush was dry and was clean, so it's possible that quite a bit of the product was absorbed into this. Right, let's try applying it with our fingers instead. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of doing this. Okay, so you're going to get a lot more coverage if you apply it with your fingers for sure. Oh my gosh, it really, really blurs out the skin and fine lines and pores and uneven texture. Like, it looks beautiful. Way nicer with your fingers. Apply with your fingers. Oh, shivers. So that was tacky and all of a sudden it's powder. What? It feels so smooth and it looks so incredibly smooth on my skin. Oh, I'm excited. All right, so I'm going to apply it with my fingers and then I'm going to blend with the sponge. I think it still looks better with your fingers, to be honest, guys. Like, seriously, my pores are gone. What the hell? That does not look like my skin. That looks like really nice skin. What? Maybe Brandon spiked my breakfast. I feel like a drunk person looking at my skin. Like, my pores are gone. Whoa. Alright, so my skin feels completely powdery. There is no tackiness or stickiness. It feels like it has been, like I've just applied like quite a thick layer of translucent powder actually. Like, it is extremely soft. I'm going to zoom you guys in so you can have a look. So far, I'm super impressed. Okay, so here is my skin close up. Look how well it's blurred the pores in this area of my face. Like, that is ridiculous. They are gone. They are completely gone. So far, so good. A couple of cons. Obviously applying it with my fingers, you know, it's not something that I'm typically a fan of. I prefer to use brushes and sponges and things like that. So it did take a little bit longer to apply this as a result, but definitely when you do apply it with your finger, you're going to use a lot less product because this little sucker is so expensive. You're probably going to be wanting to use a lot less product. It was also initially kind of difficult to blend out on my nose, and my nose, it kind of looks dry, which is weird for me, obviously. But other than that, dang, my skin just looks like, look at it. Is that some kind of a joke? But yes, what I will do now is go ahead and apply the rest of my makeup off camera, and then I'll be right back to show you again what my face is looking like. All right, so this is what the foundation is looking like now that I have the rest of my makeup done. There are a couple of things that have popped up. Number one, it was quite difficult to apply concealer over top of the foundation. I did actually have to remove the foundation and then apply concealer directly to the skin because, I don't know, probably because it's a liquid to powder foundation, it got like super crepey because it's such a dry finish. I don't think that, you know, you can really apply a cream over the top without getting, you know, like strange texture issues. And I also noticed, and I mean, you can still see now my nose, I don't know, my nose just doesn't look as smooth as it normally would, especially with, you know, some of my other favorite foundations like the Estee Lauder Double Wear or the Urban Decay All Nighter or the Smashbox Studio Skin. All of those leave my nose looking really perfect with no flaws, with anything like that. And this one kind of looks like it's separating a little, and I don't know, just looks a little bit cakey. So yeah, those are the cons. The rest of my skin is looking absolutely perfect, and obviously you can tell now that this foundation shade was completely the wrong color. Look at my neck and my shoulders in comparison to my face. Not great. It hasn't settled into any fine lines on my forehead. It has kind of settled a little on the side of my mouth here, but yeah, so far so good. I think it looks beautiful. So yeah, I'm going to wear this the rest of the day, and then I will touch back in and give you guys an update of what my skin is looking like later. Okay, back again for another check-in, and I can hardly even believe how good my skin looks right now. Like, seriously, this is ridiculous. Obviously, I'm a little oily. I have had the oils come through all over the entire face, but at the same time, nothing has separated, nothing has broken up. My skin still looks perfectly smooth. It's just a little bit glowy and a little bit dewy. I wouldn't even touch up at this point. I don't think that it looks so oily, you know, to the point where I would, you know, really, really need to touch up. Oh God, what is on my cheek? It hasn't rubbed off on the bottom. Oh, actually, it has rubbed off just a little bit here. I was probably leaning on it. That cakiness that was around my mouth and on my nose is completely gone as my natural oils have mixed with it. It looks freaking incredible. So as far as day one of the experiment goes, I am super, 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 super impressed. I think that this is an incredible foundation. Definitely has lived up to its claim so far. Now, obviously, I've tested it over the Hourglass Mineral Veil Primer. So that is 2 Hourglass products on top of each other. So tomorrow what I'll do is I'll test it with a drugstore primer probably, and just see how it reacts in kind of like a different environment as well. But yes, really, really happy with day one, and I will chat with you guys again tomorrow. Okay, so on to day 2 of testing now, guys. I'm going to test the foundation out with a drugstore primer now. This is the Rimmel Stay Matte. It's affordable, it performs well, it's simple, it doesn't break me out. It's just like a really, you know, good simple product. Now I'm going to apply this only to half of my face because I also want to show you guys how the foundation wears when it is not applied over primer. And then tomorrow what we will do is I'll actually show you guys how it works on a primer that I absolutely detest that makes me super oily. And I'm going to first apply it to the primed side. Okay, so it is applying really well on the primed side with a brush. Not having any issues blending it out or anything like that. It's going on quite smoothly. All right, going into the unprimed side. Now, obviously, I did have skincare on. You know, I always apply my skincare when I get out of the shower. So it's definitely had time to absorb, so it's not going to be affecting the foundation, of course. Again, the foundation's going on fairly easily with a brush on the unprimed side. The primed side definitely looks a lot smoother, but, you know, as always, that is to be expected because that is what a primer does. All right, so this here is the foundation on top of the Rimmel Stay Matte, and then this here is the foundation with no primer. So I don't know if you guys will be able to see the difference. All I can really see is that the texture and the pores sort of on this area, on this side, are a little bit more visible than this side. But yeah, I'm going to apply the rest of my makeup and then I will be right back. All right, so here's what my skin is looking like now that I have the rest of my makeup on. So I did have a bit of trouble blending the concealer on top of this foundation yesterday, but it was sort of more like a moussey kind of concealer. I did use a liquid concealer today and I have had absolutely no problems at all. My skin looks really nice and smooth and flawless. I'm really, really happy with it. It looks very soft. It feels very velvety. It powdered down well. Honestly, I have no complaints. So yeah, this is what we are looking like. I will return again tonight after I have worn this for 12 hours so that you guys can see how it is looking then, whether or not it's held up with the oils and also the differences between the sides. And also now that I've got everything else on, powder and everything like that, you can't really... I don't reckon you can really tell the difference between the side that's primed and the side that isn't. Okay, back in with tonight's check-in, and oh my gosh, I am absolutely astounded by my face at this point. This foundation looks so nice. I don't even have words. I'm not oily. I mean, I'm a little bit oily through the T-zone, but this foundation has stayed on so well. It is looking so smooth and airbrushed. My pores still look minimized. And do you know what? I actually think it looks better on the side that isn't primed, which is actually really, really interesting. It does kind of settle for me. So I've got a couple of lines across my forehead here. Actually, I should move down so you can actually see. So I've got a couple of lines here, so it's kind of settled into those, and it has settled on both sides in my smile lines, and a little bit has transferred off my nose and maybe a little bit off my chin. But the rest of my face is looking absolutely flawless. Like, that is absolutely amazing. I actually think that that might even look more flawless than Double Wear. Didn't want to say it. I mean, obviously this foundation is very much a special occasion foundation. I wouldn't want to be probably looking this perfect on a day-to-day basis, but holy cow. You know what, it does transfer as soon as you kind of touch your skin. Definitely not transfer proof like Double Wear, but holy crap, it looks perfect. Yay! Oh, I think I found another holy grail foundation for special occasions, for oily skin. Oh, can't deal. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Hey guys, back again for day 3 of testing. So today I'm going to be trying it on top of a primer that my skin doesn't agree with. This is the Laura Mercier Radiance Primer. This one's sort of more typically geared towards, you know, drier skin types, and it is a primer that is intended for luminosity. Now, unfortunately, this just makes me like... next level oil slick. It always has, it's a fantastic primer for other skin types, but for oily skin types, it's just no good. So yeah, I'm going to be using the Hourglass foundation on top of this because I am very curious to see if it like still stays matte on top of a primer, you know, that my skin typically rejects. Now I'm going to apply it with a brush today. Okay, so far the foundation is looking very smooth again. Like, I am still shocked by this. This stuff is incredible. Kicking myself as always. Why didn't I try it earlier? What is wrong with me? The shade's not 100% right, so I'm just going to do the old carry down the neck a little. I'm thinking that I'm going to buy this in a shade that actually matches me. I'm obsessed with this stuff. Oh, it just looks perfect. Look at my skin. Yes, look at that. That is not my skin. I do not have perfectly nice skin, but with this foundation, looks pretty perfect. So even over a luminous sort of dewy finish primer, it's dried down still to a velvety matte finish. There's no shine on the skin whatsoever. Just looks so good. So yeah, as per all the other days, I'm going to wear this for 12 hours, and then I'll come back tonight and we'll have a little look how we're going, and I'll give you all my final thoughts. So yeah, I'll talk to you then. Hey guys, so back again for my very last check-in, and please excuse the hot mess situation that I'm looking at right now. I've been staring at a computer for like the last 7 hours. Had to rip my eyelashes off. I was like, no, I am done. Can we take a minute and have a look at my skin? Obviously, I'm oily. Like, that is a given, but despite the fact that I am so oily, this foundation has really, really stayed together. It's held up. It hasn't broken up or separated anywhere. It hasn't rubbed off or budged. My skin still looks relatively, you know, flawless. My pores still look minimized. Like, this stuff, whoa. seriously, whoa. I kind of half expected, you know, this sort of oilier result after using that Laura Mercier primer, because I have used many other foundations before, and it doesn't seem to matter. It always makes me oily. The oils always come through. It just seems that my skin doesn't agree with it. So yeah, unfortunately the same result here, but I gotta tell you, this foundation has held up despite all of that oil. Like, look at it. It looks like it's been like sprayed on, like airbrush makeup. It looks crazy. So obviously there's a fair bit of oil through my T-zone, on my nose, you know, beside my nose, under my eyes, my chin, my top lip. Like, we've got oil everywhere. These are all the normal places where I do get oil. Not at all surprising, but honestly, I am so impressed with this foundation so far. How it just holds up really, really well. It does an amazing job at hiding fine lines and pores. It's incredible for oily skin types. Like, definitely can say that the claims that Hourglass have made about this foundation are fairly well accurate. I haven't touched my face all day. So like I said earlier, for me, I wouldn't be wearing this, you know, on an everyday basis as an everyday foundation. I will still stick to my Estee Lauder double wear for that. But for, you know, special occasions when I want to look, you know, really, really flawless and have really full coverage and have really, you know, blurred out perfect skin, I feel like this is going to be my go-to. And even you could wear your normal foundation and you could just use these spot treatments, apply it with your finger on the areas of your face where you do have enlarged pores or where you do get particularly oily. I think it will help, you know, for those reasons as well. It's honestly amazing. Unfortunately expensive, very, very expensive. But seriously amazing. So yeah, I hope today's video helped those of you who have been asking for reviews on the Hourglass foundation. I hope that it answered any questions. As always, if you have any more questions, please leave them in the comment section down below and I'll definitely get back to you and answer those. How is it not separated? Like, I'm so shiny. How has it not separated? Oh, stop it. It's not moving at all. It's transferred a little bit on the end of my nose actually. And would you look at that? Oil? What oil? Perfectly matte again. Oh my gosh. This stuff is bomb. Definitely a huge thumbs up from me. Love the foundation. Absolutely love it. So yeah, I am going to wipe off this situation. I'm actually really excited to wash my face. My eyes are so cracking it today. So cracking it. They're like so bloodshot. And by the way, I'm like all rugged up in a jumper because it is freezing in Australia at the minute. Like, we got a pool in the backyard and I swear it's going to freeze over any day. Like, that is how cold it is. It's awful. But yeah, I'm going to stop rambling because all I ever do is ramble. I love you guys so much and I will catch you all in the next video. Bye.